Get to the right morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Someone who I don't think we knew a few days ago, now we're absolutely celebrating this man across the world.
Okay.
His name is Anthony Ammirati, and he has absolutely gone viral at the Games.
Okay.
He's a pole vaulter. A couple of days ago, he became the latest to suffer the unfortunate fate of knocking the bar over with his penis. Ah, yes. We've all been in this situation. No, we haven't.
Happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
Vision of the Frenchman's intrusive baguette has got fans chuckling around the world, but Ammirati wasn't laughing when he failed to qualify for the final of the event. He was so close to clearing the bar with his second attempt, and every part of his body had successfully vaulted, except for his doodle. 21-year-old seemed to take the hit hard, with his face wincing as he landed on the mat. Fortunately for the junior world champion, he's not alone. Japanese pole vaulter Hiroki Ogita made international headlines at the Games in 2016 when he also got his tackle in the wrong position during one of his attempts.
Yeah, right.
So what I would say, if you're a young up-and-coming pole vaulter, don't be well endowed.
No.
It's genuinely going to slow you down. Have you seen the vision of this?
I'm just looking at it now. So I'm sorry if I'm a little bit distracted and I'm not listening to a word you're saying. But oh my very goodness.
What about after it, when they interviewed his doodle?
Okay.
And it is absolute. 2 black eyes. Stitches above its eye. All sorts of things. Fat lip as well. Oh my gosh.
Goodness me.
You just wouldn't believe it.
No.
132410, please get involved in this. When has it got in the way?
No.
And genuinely stop you from achieving
You are
something?
genuinely not doing this, are you? When has it got in the way?
I think the lines are open.
Oh.
Text line's certainly open as well, 0400 919 919. I know what you're thinking as well, Joe.
What am I thinking?
On me and ask me what's got in the way.
Please tell me, what am I thinking?
What I will say is, ladies and gentlemen, and obviously I push the buttons, when the wrong button is pushed, you now know what's happened. Okay?
And hang on.
This is the... that's not me.
I was going to say...
Who's doing this? My hands are in the air.
I was going to say, let me guess what sound effect your doodle is accidentally pushing right now.
Whoops. Joe's the Games. Each and every day just gets more and more intense.
Man, the 100 metres final. Who knows what happened? I don't know. Do you know?
Epic. I don't know either.
Let's go to someone who knows.
What I do know, every single Olympic event live and free on 9 Gem at 9 now. Should we speak to the top?
I think so.
Straight to the top. It's Carl Stefanovic. Good morning to you, Carl.
I have no idea what happened. I have got no idea. I mean, I've got indigestion from these games. Not just from the baguettes and the snails, but just all the drama.
Oh.
I mean, that 100 metre, so Noah Lyles won it, but he had the same time as the Jamaican, and they were separated by 5/1000th of a second. And now I didn't know seconds went that low. Did you guys know that?
No idea. All I know is when they were lining up, I was like, please don't let that guy with the hair win. Please don't. He looks like an absolute flog, Carl.
And then he won.
There are a lot of flogs in the 100 metre. And over here, it just was like an eternal wait for them to take off. So France was just milking it for everything they had. And the drama in the end, I mean, coupling that with the drama that we saw in the pool, the drama in the high jump tonight, with the Aussies getting second and third, silver and bronze. I mean, I just need to have a sleep. A long sleep.
And I don't quite know how to say this tactfully, but my goodness, some of those athletic outfits are very, very revealing, aren't they, Carl?
Well, I think you're referring, are you not, Jody, to the pole vaulter from France, who was disqualified.
Right.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's happened to us all, hasn't it?
Yeah, good. So it's just sometimes you put yourself in the same position, Carl, and I don't know about you, but myself, it turns out I cleared it. So congratulations.
Yeah. No, I had no dramas either, to be honest with you. Especially on the world stage like that with all those cameras. I mean, you're basically inverted.
The question is, though, like, a gold medal or the entire world looking at you going, that guy is packing? Which are you choosing?
No. Well, they call it over here the La Package. So He may be out of the pole vault, but he's going to be into the pole vault. A different guy from here on. I mean, the guy's an international superstar. And he's the greatest failure in an Olympic final ever. I just want some of his great stuff to rub off on us. Well, no, I don't mean it like that. I mean, you know what I mean? Some of the glow.
Oh, there's a lot to process, and there's a hell of a lot to process in that department.
A
That's
lot
for sure.
to unpack, to be sure.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Well done, Jones. So effortless.
Dear, oh dear.
Hey,
No, but it's been such a wonderful games. I mean, just being over here, we've got all a procession of the swimmers coming in, and they just did so well. And Saya as well. A couple of nights ago, the story of the games, what she's been through, and it's been a really remarkable thing to watch them close up. And it's so awesome to be an Australian here. We're all just so proud of them and seeing the work ethic and seeing them perform on the world stage. I mean, there's so much pressure. It's unbelievable. You can feel it in the air. So we're just delighted to keep reporting on them, and it's been a real privilege.
Hey, Carl, just a word on the swimmers in particular, our Golden Girls. What an unbelievable time. It feels like you've got 4 or 5 generational swimmers all competing at the same time, and they're all young as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it was really interesting to listen to Ariane too. Last night she finished all her individuals, and she just said the pressure for her leading up to these games was immense, but she never let on about that. And then she had this real emotional release, and I can't help but think, Australians fallen in love with these games, and they love our swimmers even more now, and they ate the pressure up, and it's so intense over here inside that swimming cauldron with the French crowds, and we had Leon Marchand, the great French swimmer, that they were up against a couple of times, but particularly our women's swimmers were just so bloody good, and again, I can't help but be so proud of them.
Yep. Carl, I can't help but feel like the Adelaide Thunderbirds winning the Suncorp Super Netball Grand Final has been overshadowed somewhat.
No, you'll see all the highlights of that on Today in Paris a little bit later on this morning, as well as 400 or 500 replays of the pole vault. So
yes.
You won't miss a thing.
Once we get through that, it'll be fine.
That's it.
Carl, we appreciate your time. Of course, every Olympic event live and free on 9 Gem and 9 Now. Carl Stefanovic,
Talk to you guys.
Good luck to you, mate. It's particularly in 2028 in the pole vault. We're right behind you.
Yeah, I'm going for gold. See you guys.
Thanks, mate.
See you, Carl. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, the games have been an absolute delight,
Haven't
Joes. Absolute delight. There's been highs, there's been lows, there's been near misses.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just got to really analyse the near misses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you know exactly what I mean.
Those 1%ers, isn't it really? They can cost you, can't they?
Sometimes the difference between glory or not
Yeah.
can be a pen 15. That's all. That could be the difference.
Just
Let's talk about
explain what's happened, please.
French athlete Anthony Amirati. He's gone viral at the Games. He's a pole vaulter. On Sunday morning, he became the latest athlete to suffer the unfortunate fate of knocking over the bar with his pen 15. It happens all the time. And when I look at it, there's two fears that I get when I watch the pole vaulters. That happening,
Yep.
but also when they come down,
Yes.
the pole vault catching them on the way down. And you've seen some outrageous videos.
Yeah.
So this one isn't one of those.
Okay.
It's the first one where, sure, it got slapped around a little bit, but I don't think there was any sort of long-term damage.
Sure.
The pen 15 probably got a black eye or two, but it will recover.
Yep.
And Anthony Amirati is now one of the most famous athletes on the planet.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's crazy. 13, 24, 10. Let's just put this out there. Do you think it's going to work?
Okay.
Do you reckon it's going to work?
Categorically not going to work. You want to do this. When did your pen 15 get in the way?
You know what? I'll broaden it too. When did your bits get in the way?
All right.
Don't leave the ladies out.
Okay.
Don't you dare leave the ladies out.
You probably need to lead by example in this space then.
I had a mate who was doing weights.
Of course you did.
And he was doing flies. And I don't know what was happening. I think this is when we were youngsters, I think he was wearing satin boxer shorts.
Right.
So he wasn't getting the support that he needed.
Okay, sure.
Flies got a little bit out of control, and obviously he was starting to fatigue. And then bang.
Crunch together.
Old mate got in the way.
Oh.
And all of a sudden he completely crushed it.
Oh.
And I've mentioned this before. The look after was something out of a horror flick.
As in
you'd take a photo of it, and that's the gross pictures that you'd find when you search STDs and things like that.
Oh, wow.
But it was just a weights-related incident.
Yeah.
Purely got in the way of him trying to do some flyers for his shoulders.
What, he showed you, did he?
He showed everyone, to be honest. His name was Heath. And the heater, it was his party trick for a good 2 to 3 weeks during the healing process.
Yeah, right.
It happens, though.
Okay.
It really does happen.
When I was a small child, can you remember those roundabouts abs that had like the 2 bits of steel that go that way and then the bit in the middle?
Oh, gosh.
I was standing in one of those and took a tumble.
Oh, gosh.
That wasn't good.
What happened?
I was bruised. Let's just put it that way. Nasty.
You recovered, though?
I'm okay now.
Oh, how are you feeling about this space, Abs?
Yeah, well, anytime you go to lay down as a girl and do, like we were at the gym and we had to lay down on something and do flies that way,
Yeah.
that's difficult for people who have larger
Gets in the way, doesn't
nether
it?
regions.
Absolutely gets in the way. 13, 24, 10 to celebrate our boy Anthony Ammirati. When did your bits get in the way? When did they stop you from taking the next
I'm
step?
just telling you, this is not going to be a thing.
It happens, okay?
Did you ever have any football injuries in that space?
I got hit a couple of times, and it is the most debilitating pain of all time when you get hit fair in the plums.
Do you understand this? Because obviously, as girls, we've never experienced being hit there.
But isn't it really painful for girls when you get hit in the boobs? Isn't it a really, really intense pain?
Can't say I've ever been hit there.
I've never been hit in the boobs.
Okay.
Producer Zoe? No?
Yeah, or netball. In netball, have you ever copped a netball to the chest? That can be a little...
There's some girls that ride you a little bit close.
Whoa.
You know?
Okay. Interesting times.
Interesting.
It's nothing quite like getting hit down there. It's absolutely debilitating.
Okay.
It drops your T knees.
What I find interesting as well is that men talk about that in the sense of it's as painful as childbirth, having
Yes.
no idea
Well,
and
no
haven't
worse.
been through childbirth.
Yeah.
Perhaps worse. Who knows?
Oh, God.
Hey, we don't seem to have any calls for your phone topic. When did your bits get in the way?
We'll go
but
in.
I'm not ruling it out.
Yeah. 13, 24, 10. When did your bits get in the way?
Andy, good morning.
Yeah, you going?
Yeah, I'm good. When did your bits get in the way?
So we're over in Vietnam, and I bought this marble statue from Marble Hill over there, and it cost me all sorts of dough to get it back into the country, and I couldn't wait for my mate to come around to put up on this shelf, so I've lifted it myself. It weighs about 80 kilos. It's so heavy and quite awkward, and I got up on my tippy toes to put it up on this shelf and sort of give it a bit of a nudge with my pelvis area, and my silk purse got stuck underneath it and just nipped it, and blood blister.
Oh my God. 80 kilos of pressure.
It was bad.
What was the recovery process like, Andy?
A lot of ice and massage.
A lot of ice and massage. Were you in a relationship at the time as well?
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, gosh. See, it
goodness.
happens.
All right.
Good morning to you, Chris.
Yeah, good morning. How are we, guys?
We're good, thank you. Chris, dare I ask the question, when did it get in the way?
Well, when I was a young'un, I was practicing jumps on my push bike, and my feet come off of the pedals, and when I landed straight on my nuts on the seat, and one decided it wanted to vacate from my bottom area and ended up in my groin.
Oh,
And I had,
my God. Oh,
yes, and of course, off to hospital, and it had to be an operation to have it put back into the scrotum.
Oh, my gosh. So, how old were you, Chris, and what was the pain like?
Well, I was 14 at the time, and the pain was excruciating.
Oh, it's like as bad as you could possibly imagine. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so imagine being kicked very hard in that region that was like that, but for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And imagine going to school on Monday and poor old Jenny goes, how was your weekend, Chris? Well, have I got a story for you, Jenny?
In a high voice.
Oh, there we go. After hearing that story, what's that? Oh, that's my, just leaving the room. It's wincing in pain.
Should we go to Jamie? Good morning.
Good morning. How are we all?
We're good. Okay. Dare I ask, when did your bits cut in the way?
Well, I have the female equivalent of Anthony's experience as a pole vaulter.
Oh.
So I've got, I guess, a larger size chest for an athlete, and have knocked the bar off not once, not twice, but 3 times in a national championship. And my coach, who was male and a little bit older, yells at me from across the fence, "Will you strap those bloody things down?" And my dad, who was sitting in the crowd, and happens to be Sparky, which is the only excuse I'll give him for having a roll of duct tape in his pocket, yells out, "I've got something!" And everyone has just gone into hysterics, and I'm mortified and embarrassed for the rest of my life.
Oh, my gosh. That is fantastic.
Thanks.
Strap those things down. I feel like that's also a conversation that fathers give their daughters when they start going out as
true,
well.
true.
Wearing some skimpy outfits.
Oh, dear.
So, Jamie, just before we let you go, have you seen this vision of this pole vaulter, and do you feel for our boy Anthony Ammirati?
I have seen it. Do I feel for him? Nah. Like, I feel like... I feel like it seems to have happened quite a few times over the last few years in some bigger competitions.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe some tighter fitting outfits or something.
Yeah,
a good point.
That's a good
It's a good
point.
point.
That's a very good point.
Maybe Anthony needs to strap that thing down, you know?
Who knows? Need to really get some duct tape out and go one or two laps around the waist. Who knows? Thank you to everybody who called up this morning against all odds.
Yeah.
Against expectations, Jodes.
I didn't see that coming.
Plenty of stories out there. Thank you for contributing to When Did Your Bits Get in the Way? We are absolutely captivated by everything at the games. And what comes with it?
Or captivated?
What did I say?
Captivated.
Did I say captivated?
Yeah.
It's like a combination of captivated and divided. Captivated.
Sure.
Who knows if we're going off in 2 different directions.
Yep.
What we get with the games is, and there's that meme doing the rounds of that big fat guy on the couch eating cheesels and then watches someone stuff up and was like, what a loser. I feel like that's where I might be that guy as well.
Yeah, right.
And on top of that as well, because the swimmers are doing so well, unfortunately, when you see someone win a bronze medal, you're like, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
You don't take into account just how good it is.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like you're doing well at the games when people are getting silver and bronze and everyone's disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, we're being spoilt right now.
Yeah, we had that sort of vibe with the Commonwealth Games. And then all of a sudden, boop, Commonwealth Games, scrapped. Didn't make the grade.
So, yeah.
Got us thinking, though, and you can get involved 13, 24, 10. If you had to compete in an event right now,
Yes.
like they flew you over and they said, look, you can compete in any game that you want, just inject yourself and you won't embarrass yourself a la Eric the Eel in Sydney 2000. What could you compete at the games in?
Yeah, and it got us thinking about it. And then producer Georgia was like, I know, I've got something.
Yeah.
Go on.
Welcome, Georgia.
Tell everyone.
Thanks for having me. I'm going to get ripped for this.
Yeah.
I said right now, with my fitness level, I could get a medal in equestrian.
Oh my gosh. And then we said, well, that's just ludicrous.
Yeah.
Why, Georgia, do you think that you could pick up equestrian instantly?
Well, specifically dressage,
Yeah.
because it's not me, it's the horse. And I would get a trained horse. They know that routine, like back to front.
Yeah.
I'll just be sitting on there for the ride.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you've just flicked the horse into autopilot.
Yeah.
And Georgia's going to sit up there with a glass of champagne.
Yeah.
And just let the horse
like
do
on
its
the
thing.
side with
Yeah.
both legs on the side.
It's
like
that
a lady.
easy.
Having-
Yeah. Side saddle it.
100%.
Yeah. I just think, and I'm certainly not an expert in this field,
Okay.
but back me up here, Jodes. Do you feel like there's a bit more to it? And do you feel like the horses need just a little bit of direction?
Of guidance, yes.
Yeah.
I do believe so.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'd like to do the long jump only because
The long jump? The girls are jumping over 6 metres.
I know.
You can't jump 60 centimetres.
but only because you could have a little nap. It's so soft in the pit afterwards. You could just be like, oh, I'm done now.
I'm not
Just
sure.
going to rest.
Next jump is waiting. Have fun with the equestrian community coming at you very hard, Georgia.
Yeah, very aggressively.
Just trying to discredit their sport.
Yeah, I'm so scared.
Yeah. Let's go to Eli. Hello, Eli.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
How old are you, Eli?
I'm 11.
Okay. What sport could you participate in right now?
I reckon javelin.
You reckon you could sort of throw it 80 plus metres, you reckon there, Eli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What makes you think
easy.
you'd be so good at it?
I'm really good at throwing things.
Yeah, very good.
Like tantrums?
I'm just, yeah.
What'd you think of that, Mum?
Oh, that's gold. Love it.
Thank you, Eli.
Hey, Eli, do you want to head along to the movies? A little family pass for Wallace Cinemas?
Yes, please.
Oh, it's all yours, mate. Congratulations and good luck in 2028, the Olympics.
Thank you.
Oh, good man.
Thank you, Eli. You mentioned a little bit earlier about the diving, that you think you'd be okay at the diving, despite the fact that your mate at school was useless.
Yeah, mate by the name of Adam Gunthorpe couldn't dive, like literally can't go head first. He had to do a safety jump into the water, arms out, legs spread, and then push off from the wall.
But you
it was
were-
an absolute embarrassing situation.
You're backing yourself to do better.
I think I could get through and not embarrass myself.
Okay.
I used to love the diving board at school.
Did you?
Yeah. Real show pony piece on the diving board.
Yeah, right. What about when you sort of run up and you leap and one leg goes in the air and then you jump and then you dive and you think you look like a swan, whereas in fact you just look like a cow jumping into the water.
Just a genuine cow, big steer hitting the water. No, I think I could hold myself. What are you cooking? You're cooking something aggressively here.
I just feel
I can see
like
it in your eyes.
I feel like by Wednesday we could make you into an Olympic standard diver.
Right, okay, that's a short turnaround. It's a short
It
turnaround.
really is. It's not a lot of training.
What are you proposing?
Let's get you down to the aquatic centre. Let's get you on a diving board and see what you've got.
Sure. Easy. Absolute piece of you-know-what.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problems at all. Challenge accepted.
Okay.
This is actually happening?
Yep, we're on.
Oh, no.
Would you do the 10 metre? Can you remember the first time you did the 10 metre as a kid? Because it's like a massive achievement.
It's another world up there.
Because when you stand and you look down, you're like, oh my God.
I feel like you can't even breathe properly because the oxygen's so thin.
Also, I don't want to bring anatomy into it too much, but for a boy, it's a very different proposition, isn't it?
Yeah, last time I went onto the 10 metre, I feel like for a second I was so nervous that I might have transitioned just for a second. Like
Yeah,
it's
right.
Dead set. It's very, very confronting.
Interesting.
Makes you very nervous indeed.
Let's put you to the test on Wednesday. Aaron.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
Yes.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Everything you need to know in the news, apart from the fact that the Opals are with a minute 11 to go,
They're home.
8 points up
They're
against
absolutely
France. Abby in the newsroom. Go.
So we've won a swag of medals at the Games on day 9. It now means we're 4th on the medal table with 12 gold, 10 silver and 7 bronze. We had a silver and bronze in the women's high jump. We had a silver too for Meg Harris in the 50-metre freestyle, which ends the swimming campaign of the Games. So we know that we always do really, really well. So we sort of have to see from here what happens. But yeah, we always take home a lot of medals at the start and then kind of taper off a little bit. So let's hope, fingers crossed. Jess Fox's hopes of winning a triple gold have been dashed, though. She was eliminated from the kayak cross, which is sad news. The Kookaburras also crashed out of the Games with a 2-0 loss to the Netherlands.
But Nomi's in. Nomi Fox is in.
Yes, Nomi. Well, Jess was, pipped by her sister Nomi, so that was interesting.
As long as there's a fox in there, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
Okay, 6:08. We are so far over time to talk about the Thunderbirds. Oh my God. Back to back Super Netball champions. How good. How good, Andrew?
How good?
How good?
How good? Really good.
So good. 9,649 fans.
That's as
Just saw us-
chock-a-block as it gets.
Yeah, just saw us get home over the Vixens. And you know what? We all thought it was going to be a bit one-sided. It definitely was not. The Vixens fought really, really hard, and they should get full credit because they bounced back after getting spanked by 25 goals a couple of weeks ago. But oh my very goodness, how good are the girls in pink?
Do you know what's very exciting as well?
What?
No one's getting into the bracket where then they're past their prime, it would seem. Is everyone contracted for next year? The
Well,
T-Birds could get better. They'll start recruiting.
We've got so many young players that are just absolutely smashing it. Romelda Aiken-George, I'm not quite sure what she's going to do, but she was the player of the match, the MVP.
Yeah.
She was absolutely brilliant. Stood tall, because she is tall.
She's very tall.
Yeah, she's very tall.
I saw from the naked eye, at full stretch, there's only about 25 centimetres difference
Between
between
her and
ball
the ring.
for her standing up going into the ring. So
That's
she
a
could
fair
almost
call.
dunk it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I have no words. I'm so proud of these girls. Like, I love this team. I love what they've done in this space. And, yeah.
You're starting to talk like you played.
She pretty much did, to be honest.
Baby. We did, baby. I want to thank the big guy upstairs because without you...
Shut up. Abby sat next to me the whole game. I was okay.
What was
I
it like,
okay.
Abs? Be honest. What was it like?
Interesting. She was very quiet, which surprised me. I thought,
Nervous.
but I think she was so nervous, and she was like, "I can't deal with losing. I can't deal with losing."
No.
But yeah, she was very well behaved.
There you go. Good stuff, T-Birds. But seriously, really good to see. I mean, because I work right next to Channel 7, next to the
Yeah.
Entertainment Centre. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like a giant rock concert.
Just couldn't quite
Flooded with pink.
make your way the 80 metres from Channel 7 to the Adelaide Entertainment.
No, because I
Centre.
had to go to Adelaide Oval. So if I was going to go to Adelaide Oval in the back there, I wouldn't have got there till about 8:45.
Yeah, right.
So
He has worn pink since, though, to celebrate.
Yes.
He's been wearing pink.
that is very true.
Yeah.
I bleed pink too, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
see?
a genuine medical condition. I just thought I was a mad Thunderbird supporter. Might wrap post snooze news up with this, if you don't mind. Some good news from Kid Leroy.
So there you go. Oh, can't make a wife.
The big guys got new tour dates. They've been announced. New show date, Saturday, November 24 at the Entertainment Centre with guests Quavo.
Quavo.
And 1-4. You can book your tickets at Ticketek. General public tickets go on sale this Thursday, 8th of August at 1 p.m. Nova, though, is your only station to win tickets, so do yourself a favour, keep on listening for your chance to win. I love the Kid Leroy.
Yeah.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
And you know, when you see some of these guys basically representing us on the world stage, he's slaying it over in America.
So good.
I'm like, that's our boy. He's an Aussie.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Now that's a joke.
That was a joke.
That's a joke. A joke. That's a terrible joke.
Yes, bit of humour. Little injection, short little prick, bang, in it goes. And then all of a sudden we're ready to go. And who better to lead us in this space than newsreader Abby?
Oh, do I have a good one for you today?
I bet you do. You always do.
Yeah.
Do you want to go
Lovely.
now or
getting
wait?
good at
in this space.
I'm not fussed, to be honest, because I think mine will still win and be the best.
Okay. How about I kick us off and
All
you
right.
build up to newsreader apps?
Go on then.
Because that's usually the best way to do it, I think.
Okay.
And just so everybody's clear as well, I'm going to put my glasses on. That's a little pre-joke joke, okay? Just to get you in the mood. Now here's the real joke, okay? Just a little appetizer.
An
All right. So what happens when you touch Dwayne Johnson's bum? You hit rock bottom. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. Mild laughter. Now I'm very thankful that I went first. Okay,
That
mate.
third child really turned you into dad joke territory, didn't he?
Didn't it?
Fourth child.
Yeah.
Yeah, outrageous. What do you got, Jodes?
Okay, a married man was having an affair with his secretary. One day their passions overcame them in the office and they took off for her house. Exhausted from the afternoon's activities, they fell asleep and woke up at around 8 p.m. Oh my goodness, you should be home. As the man threw on his clothes, he told the woman to take his shoes outside and rub them through the grass and the dirt. Confused, she nonetheless complied, and he slipped into his shoes and drove home. He walks in the door. "Where have you been?" demanded his wife when he entered the house. "Darling," replied the man, "I can't lie to you. I've been having an affair with my secretary. I fell asleep in her bed and didn't wake up until 8 o'clock.
Honestly.
The wife glanced down at his shoes and said, "You liar, you've been playing golf."
Nice try, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, we ready?
It's built us up to this
am I like
moment.
the only one that would prefer that her husband was having an affair as playing golf?
Instead of playing golf? So much worse.
All right. Okay. A woman places an ad in the local newspaper looking for a man with 3 qualifications. Someone who won't hurt me, someone who won't want away from me, and someone who is great in bed. 2 days later, her doorbell rings. "Hi, I'm Tim. I have no arms, so I can't hurt you. I have no legs, so I won't run away." And then she goes, "Well, what makes you think she's great in bed?" And he replies, "Well, I rang the doorbell, didn't I?"
Yes.
Very on
Unbelievable.
brand for today's
Wow,
show after
isn't
what's
it?
happened at the game.
100%.
Yeah.
Turns out full name is Tim Amirati. He's a brother of Anthony Amirati, French pole vaulter. Oh, it's a small world, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
Sometimes, Jodes, and not very often, but sometimes you'll roll in here just a little bit late.
That's not fair.
No, it's accurate. Well,
Okay.
okay, agree to disagree.
Well, you're telling the story. So
But
go
I
ahead.
found a study that supports these particular movements.
Okay.
How's this then? A new study finds that women need more sleep than men because they use their brains more throughout the day.
So true. That is so true.
So there you go. You deserve an extra 20 minutes. Just a bit of a lie-in.
I'm saying there is never a dull moment in my brain.
100%.
It never rests.
Yes, and these tasks, which the author has coined invisible labour, the behind-the-scenes conception and planning of tasks that keep the family and home afloat.
Thank you. You're
Well done.
welcome.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Double round of applause for you. So, Jojo, you should be getting at least 7 hours of sleep at night.
Yes.
But you're not.
No.
That's also the problem.
Okay.
So you've got this brain which is chock-a-block organising your family and probably my family and everyone else's family, the Nova family.
Yep.
And then you come in here, you're an absolute mess. And it's because you're not getting enough sleep. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
You come in here, you're an absolute thing of beauty.
Yep.
But you now have a licence to come in a little bit later to get that extra 20 minutes of shut-eye.
What I have taken away from that is that the extra 20 minutes that I sleep in, therefore I am late 20 minutes, is rewarding everyone.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's one way to look at it. We've spoken about this before, what's going on in your brain at any one time. It's pretty complicated.
I'm so hangry. How many grams of fat in an air-fried hash brown? I'll just have a coffee instead. Is that too much? My wedding ring needs a Has Harper got parent-teacher interviews this afternoon? I hope she took a jump. I hope she doesn't end up a drug addict. Did I put the washing online? Why did Reverend Nan yell at me in religious studies in year 5? I wonder how I'll die. Have I made a will? I need a pedicure, shellac or normal? Who are we playing netball this week? Why didn't I make the Thunderbirds? Are they aliens? Does Hazy like me? Is he an alien? Am I still cute? Why is Shepherd avocado so hard?
The big question from that is, how do I make the Thunderbirds? That's a little bit too far. Conversely, in my brain right now, just a bit of a theme song.
Yep.
And then every now and then,
They win by 112 points. As Kenny might get the run at the flag after all.
then back to this.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, my God. I never thought I'd say this, but I want to be in your brain.
That's so beautifully bad. Jodie and Hazy hanging out with you. Carl Stefanovic, and not too far away, we get the latest from the games in Paris.
Do, 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 do.